We're live. My chair is complete. Mike and I just had a battle like 5 minutes ago before we went live about who's sitting in what chair.
Dan just decided that he wanted to have a specific chair all of a sudden out of nowhere.
It was great.
It's never been like that.
Not really. But Mike, I have the classic. My white chair has rubber wheels, and his doesn't. And he knew he had mine.
I had been sitting in this chair for like
That's not the point.
20 minutes already, and it was warm.
The point is,
with my butt warm. And Dan was being, I don't know, absurd about it. He put me in a Rosa Parks situation, and that was that. That's what I told him then. So
it was completely outrageous. I just did sound checks. We're good to go there, so I don't get yelled at for that. But I mean, we all know that this is my chair. I'm not going to switch chairs 5 minutes before we go live.
that's what you made me do. I was in my chair comfortable
No. I'm talking
for a long time.
Switching chairs.
And then you come over and you're like, this is my chair.
It's my chair. You'd be appalled if I all of a sudden took it. First off, if I'm not mistaken, through the years of the chairs in the other store, you were absurd about making sure you always had the same chair. You would never let anyone else have the
I don't even remember what chair that was.
I'm trying to think. It was a little brown one.
Oh, that was a nice chair.
And Mike would never give it up. Is it in your office now?
Yeah, it is.
It's been allocated to Steve's office.
It's a
And Mike
nice
would never,
chair.
ever give it up.
It was more so about the height of the camera and all that, too.
It was still absurd. So you don't need to break down to me about chairs. You
didn't want the chair. I had the chair, and I sat in it, and no one else asked for it. If someone else claimed it or asked for a return for it, maybe it would have been acceptable.
I don't know what Niko's doing. Did Niko get lost
said he's
on his way
going
to the
pee.
bathroom?
I think he fell in.
Completely outrageous.
He might have had to go number 2.
But of course, in true behind-the-counter fashion, before we go live, 19 people in the store. Hasn't been a soul in here for 2 hours. Did you fall in? No. I'm sure there will be in about 10 minutes, if not 5 minutes. I was just talking about how Mike and I are battling over chairs.
Yeah.
Did you see this, Dan? Steve and Mike both eating the bright side today.
I did have a bright
Turn
side.
to the bright side.
You know, I don't know what little game Steve's playing lately, but I think he likes to purposely. He's playing this little game where he knows how hot the subject is with the Skittles. It's a hot, touchy subject right now.
It was the most appealing thing that was on the candy shelf
Do you find
until
the position you
after
want?
the
That's how I
podcast when I
felt.
go get Subway.
I mean, you know that the hot topic here behind the counter with wild berry Skittles and tropical. It's been a conversation now for almost 4 weeks.
He's
Niko,
chosen his side,
first
the
off,
bright
no matter,
side.
at the end of the day, no matter how it goes, I take the credit for bringing in the bright side Skittles and opening everyone's eyes to the bright side because I wouldn't have bought those. I bought them.
Pretty sure they're part of a value pack, weren't they?
No,
I don't think you had any
no.
choice.
I bought an entire. First off, the bright side. One little argument I didn't point out. The bright side is so bad that it only comes in a box of 24. All the other Skittles, 36. Just saying.
It's not a.
Just saying.
It's a newer flavor, limited.
Whatever. When you buy them in a wholesale package, you'll get
I don't
24.
think you can handle that much bright side.
And I'm pretty sure the bags are smaller. Maybe I'm
I had
wrong.
a bag of them earlier. Pretty
No.
good.
I think they're smaller.
Is there watermelon flavor in there?
There is.
That was probably my favorite one in there.
I think there's. But Steve knows that it's a touchy subject, and he comes right out here on the set with the bright side Skittles. I saw Mike dancing behind the counter earlier with his bag of bright sides as well.
Dancing.
They're pretty good Skittles.
Throwing up the watermelons and up in the air and catching them. What are the other flavors? Lemon, lime? Lemon? Or
No, there's like a kiwi banana, I want to say.
Pink
I did bring
lemonade,
a
kiwi banana.
Pink lemonade is one of them.
Yes.
pretty wet.
It is.
Pretty wet.
It's absolutely disgusting.
I brought a
Kiwi.
pack of all limes in the other day.
Yeah, Mike had a whole bag of lime
Dan
Skittles.
slammed it on the counter.
I was appalled. I like lime, but a whole
I
bag
ended
of
up
limes?
eating it, and it was actually very good.
I'm sure it was.
There was a very calm flavor on the palate. It didn't make your mouth all syrupy.
I'm
It's
sure
pretty
you
good.
100% enjoyed it. I wouldn't doubt that one.
Why do you say that?
Because you're being a troll about the Skittles. Of course I like the lime ones. They're the best ones I've ever
I like
had.
all Skittles, I think, is what it's been proven.
There was a guy walking in the mall the other day with a Team Skittles shirt on. Should have got him in here.
Dan, I want a Team Skittles.
I am
shirt.
thinking about somehow on a different subject for Danny NASCAR coming up with a whole Skittles type car, an M&M, Skittles, Snickers. Is there another candy in there?
A wild berry Skittles car.
You can't because they only give you the red
Strictly
Skittles.
wild berry.
You could make your
I
own.
think it's only M&M's, Skittles,
You
and
couldn't make like a pinkish
Name
red
it.
colored car and then just put the Skittles logo on it. People would get the
Name
picture.
it berries and cream car.
Yeah, the berries and cream car.
Whoa. Whoa. So before we went live, we had a bunch. Of course, we always have a bunch of topics. Now, I'm not quite sure where all these topics come from, but we always just start talking behind the counter, which is essentially what we're doing here. So it kind of works out that way. We did some rearranging behind the counter the last maybe the last 2 weeks, and one of the things that Mike has a special task that he's got to do when he comes in on Monday. Okay, see, aren't you glad I moved the phone? I knew it would ring. Classic troll fashion.
It's not like someone looking to do legitimate business.
Well, they have between 10 to 5 to come in and do legitimate business. And they have from 6 to 7 to come in and do legitimate business.
What about people that get out of work at 5?
I'm sorry, but you know what? If you're getting right out of work at 5 and you're calling insane games, more power to you.
They are wanting to go home, let off a little steam, perhaps play some Mario.
I mean, it is a 9 to 5, so.
Steve, you're recovering from the Skittles. Bright side on set. I would relax a little bit.
Let's not forget
Nah, I
how much
don't
you
think
like
I
the
will.
bright side, by the way.
What?
So let's not forget how much you personally like the bright side, by
That's
the way.
not. No.
You
I
make
said they were a copycat of the tropical. They taste just like tropical Skittles, and tropical Skittle.
I had one of those today. I'll have a tropical tomorrow, and I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
I don't think tropical has watermelon or pink lemonade.
Well,
so.
it still tastes all the same.
No way.
Okay, back to what I was saying. We moved all these games that for like the last 3 years have been behind the counter, building up dust, and we put them out behind the counter. And we're doing a buy one get one free. Now you would think that these games are out of does come out of like we have a whole store full of pops, hats, lanyards, not to mention the whole video game side. And we put this little thing on the counter that seems to garner everyone's attention when they walk in the store. Okay, it's a buy one get one free of games that don't have cases. It's not organized. It is priced. Is it
It
organized?
is somewhat organized.
Is it organized?
It's by system.
All right, so maybe I haven't physically looked at them, so
Yeah, I was
maybe I
gonna say,
misspoke.
Dan hasn't even seen said box of games. But
Maybe I misspoke. But nonetheless, we put these out there, and apparently, I'm not quite sure I believe it. You told me there was a $120 sale for someone who bought games out of that bin.
there was a guy that went through the whole store. It's the classic guy where we had those sealed games. He's asking us to open them up to see if he has the manual in there and stuff like that. Didn't buy a couple of them. You'll see them in the case with the plastic off because he had us open them and then didn't buy
Did
them.
you
But
repackage them?
in the end, it was a nice customer because he's the one that bought all those games.
Oh, well. Nice story, but let's go back to the original.
What was
Did
the
you
question?
repackage them?
No, I didn't.
What do you mean? You didn't repackage them?
That's not my job.
So people come in there and see games that are going to be open. They're going to go, wow, these games are... Everyone thinks they're actually sealed. We seal them
They're like a
ourselves.
Madden and another one.
Nonetheless, Madden deserves every right to be sealed in a box in a manual as any other complete in box N64 game.
Well, I'll say what Dave said when we were there. It was for Steve to rap.
I mean, I'm going to probably end up doing it anyway. I get very bored and just rap.
You're going to take that?
He's a good worker.
So I guess from now on, we'll just walk on. Steve will do it.
That's not how it goes.
What do you mean?
He did do that box of games, the prices, but that's besides the point. Actually, it'll be Niko's job.
I don't know how to rap.
You didn't teach him how to rap yet?
He says, "Don't worry about it. You don't have to do it."
Dan
No,
is
not
the
what I
worst.
said.
Dan's
No,
the
Niko
worst.
came in and asked, no. Niko came in. No, Niko came in this morning from a Wii and said, "Do you want me to rap?" I go, "No, just put it in the bin." We all know we do the bin all at once. We don't just do one rap. First off, it really should be you
So
rap
you-
whatever gets. No. In
Well, yeah,
real
rub
general
it back.
fashion, it should be what you rap whatever comes in on your shift. That's really how.
But
it
what you
should
just
go.
said is everybody knows around here that we let it build up in there.
But that's how
So,
how we are. But
apologize for telling
No.
me to rap those Genesis games.
What it should be, no, that's different. So when we do the bin, I expect those games to be rapped. Whoever ends up rapping, I expect those to be rapped as well.
Well, that goes without saying because it'll all get done at once because, like you said, we all agree on that.
I'm just simply saying, when Niko came in and I go, no, you can leave it in the bin for when we wrap the bin. You don't need to wrap one singular Wii nunchuck.
What's wrong with Wii nunchuck?
First off, the wrapping machine's not out behind the counter. We don't keep it there. It makes clutter. Okay,
one of the most useful things in the store, considered clutter.
Yeah. Is it?
It's pretty nice.
Maybe that'll be my special project, making a permanent home for that wrapping machine.
Okay. I'm not your problem with that one. You know who will come running through here like a tornado
Will he,
and go on a complete rampage, and I'll blame it all on you. He'll come in and go, what the fuck is this, man? What are we doing here?
I'll just start talking about those pictures on the wall. Did make progress, though.
One, and it's Tyler weightlifting. Both Tyler referencing.
The first one's more of a Tom reference.
Okay, Tom winning the Super Bowl against Tyler. It's still a Tyler reference.
Johnny came in and thought it was nice.
He noticed the wall.
Oh, he told him about it. But he's just like, I like how those pictures are still there from like 2 months ago. I'm not done.
Did he say anything about the pickleball now?
He's too injured right now. He was in and out pretty quickly. I think he was in pain.
From what?
He hurt his back.
He just worked a 12-hour shift.
He was probably tired.
Whatever. The reality is that the bin should be wrapped. The items that you get in your shift should be wrapped and processed during your shift. That's really how it should be.
That's how it should be.
It isn't.
I don't mind doing all the wrapping. It's a lot of fun.
Steve, you're opening yourself up to a big can of worms. We'll make that your official task.
Dave once did that himself.
Dave doesn't do it no more.
He was the official rapper for some time. So.
I like wrapping. I don't like having to carry the wrapping machine from the back to the front every time.
I shouldn't say that. Dave does rap. He just does it all at once.
Yep.
Not on a daily basis.
And I will find a permanent home for that out there,
No, you
just
won't.
like I did the disc repair machine.
And it's in an off. First off, it's not even in a permanent spot. You got to take it out. Here's what you have to go through to pull our disc machine. You got to take it out.
Because there's so much whining about it.
What do you mean? If there's one thing I cannot stand in this store, the second worst. The first worst is wireless mouses. But the second is the fact I took that wireless mouse that's on that computer over there, the new one that Tom just bought, and I chucked that fucking thing halfway across the goddamn studio this morning. I have never seen a bigger piece of shit mouse, okay? And the goddamn fucking thing he had over there. I was appalled by it. Appalled.
Is that black one over there?
I've dealt with it for about 2 weeks now. Every morning I come in and I do it and I go, and I'm doing it, and I said, Dan, just relax. Everyone always criticizes you for not handling the wireless mouse okay. I let it go for 2 weeks. This morning, I was in crunch time. I was in the middle of doing some serious business, and I could not take it anymore. I took the mouse, and I threw it halfway across the studio, over the pickleball net, into the lounge area. I have no idea if it still works. I took the other mouse that was there, put that one back on. It luckily had the thing still attached to the computer, and so far it's worked just fine. I am done with that. I will not tolerate. In fact, I'm not quite sure. You know what? There's only one wireless mouse that's never had an issue, and it's the cheapest goddamn wireless mouse we ever bought, and it's the one out in the main computer out there. It is literally a $9 mouse that's never ever. Has it lagged ever when we're doing the point of sale program? Never lags. But the hunk of shit that we pay over $40 for in this computer can't do anything.
Probably have to update it.
A mouse does not need to be updated.
Sometimes it does.
Nope, not. But I chucked that goddamn thing halfway across the room, and I hope that someday Tom notices that we don't have that mouse there anymore.
My favorite part is that you had to tell yourself to calm down.
For 2 weeks, I told myself to calm
you
down.
have a personal vendetta against.
Calm down, because everyone says you have a personal thing with the mice in the store. Just let it go.
I think you need to take it easy when it comes to the mice.
I feel like I gave myself plenty of time to let that work. It wasn't being handled, and I chucked it across the room.
So did that fix their problem?
It's worked so far. The one I put back in there has been working so far.
Don't you hate that one too?
That one got
If it's the one I'm looking at, you've definitely slammed that one before.
I've slammed that a few times, but it's been working so far.
I just see him. He's just.
I have no tolerance for it. When I'm moving it doesn't work. I slam it like that, and then it reconnects. And we're back to going. I have absolutely zero tolerance.
$10 one.
What?
The one that you like.
Because those ones have had issues too. That one just over there somehow has not had an issue. I don't know why. I'm not even quite sure we've ever replaced the battery on it. Has anyone ever replaced the battery on that?
Maybe. Not me. Maybe once.
Either way. What was I talking about? Oh, the one thing I can't stand in this store besides that is a disc cleaning machine. Absolutely can't stand it.
It's a very perfect machine
Nope.
that we have. That
It's not at all used what it should be used for.
it won't save games that are completely dead. Maybe once in a while, but it takes any game that looks ugly and it makes it nice, shiny, and it makes it run nicer. So I don't see why that's something that you don't like in the store.
I think we start charging $5 a clean.
There are already 3.
Okay, we'll bump it up to 5.
Do we even sell any at all anyway?
What do you mean?
Disc clean?
No, exactly.
Because I'm the only one that likes the machine.
That's
and
why we
tells
don't do it.
But do people know that's a thing?
When we tell
What's up?
people, yeah. Ideally,
So-
the disc cleaning machine is designed for a couple things. A, it's designed to, you should never ever have a return for a CD ever being defective. Because A, in the proper transaction protocols, a game that's scratched should never even get traded in the first place. So let's say one game has maybe a little ding that makes its way through the manual check when we're doing the trade-ins. When that game comes back defective, it then gets cleaned, and in essence should work from that point on. So we should never, ever, ever get games returned ever.
It rarely happens. We're
We
actually
get
pretty
games
good.
returned quite often.
Not that often. Not as much as you'd think for how many we sell.
So let me ask you this. So if little Johnny comes walking in tomorrow with a game that doesn't work, oh, this my Halo 3 doesn't work on my Xbox. I'd like to return this. Are you cleaning it before you give it back to him?
I would look at it, assess the damage. If it's a savable disc, then yes. Also, I would check if we have any other copies.
so you're telling me that you would clean the game and give it back to him? Well, it should work now.
If it was one that's not that
what it's designed
bad.
there to be. It's designed there for that very
Most
reason.
likely, I would just
Nothing should ever get returned.
switch it out with another copy and then clean that and test it on my own time. Keep the lines moving, pal.
Mm-hmm. Do you two even know how to use a disc cleaning machine?
Dave showed me exactly once.
Then there's all the cleaning.
Looks like I
part.
have to show some. These guys have used some machines.
No.
But yeah, that's the $1 million question.
Okay, so when you're working by yourself and it takes you 3 minutes to clean it, and now you're back there with people at the counter, what are you gonna do?
Walk away from it? I don't know. Do
You,
you need to watch it be cleaned?
Well,
no, but you also need to
It
watch
has-
the counter.
one of the legs is broken on it and vibrates. So if you leave it alone, it goes.
Oh my god!
Just gotta get one of those little bells so that way if there's someone at the counter, just
There's
ding.
really another one that's broken on the back.
I don't know.
We
it's
have a
just-
second one.
If I put it on that table and leave it, it starts moving.
Yeah, I would say, why don't you put it with the little packaging thing? Make a little.
At the end of the day, what would be nice? We don't really have the room. A nice workstation. When we came into this space and we redesigned the storefront, I wanted an island installed, and it got shut down. I don't know why, but I said I want an island in the middle, like we have at the old store, where we could put all the work tools on there, like a workstation. For some particular reason, that got shut down and didn't get
I don't
installed.
think it had room, right?
There was room, but we ended up not putting it
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
because you would have to get from the left side to the right side. There was like a little skinny thing this
Right.
big to fit through.
What?
You can't do it back here. Like make a workstation. Plenty of room.
There is plenty of room, 9,000 square feet, but there's no convenient room for it.
Well, one of the fitting rooms. What's wrong with
Again,
that?
you got to walk all the way back there.
I'll give you guys a rundown on the machines, and then
Actually, where all the where all the repair. Why are you blinking a million times? In the fitting rooms where all the broken systems are, a table with both of them on there.
It's not like that far of a walk. You're right by the store.
it's kind of far.
But I'm just
Steve
saying,
learned how far it was today.
Yeah.
You can see, like, you can walk 10 steps and you can at least see the store from right there. It's not like you're going all the way to the back.
That's what we can get, like a little doorbell for if there's no one at the counter.
Ding 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 ding.
No one ever hits the doorbell. Well, yeah, we probably would.
In our store.
Oh, whoa! Hello! I had one of those last week. I was sitting there, and the lady walked in, and she wasn't like even 10 steps in. And she goes, hello! I'm just like, I could have been behind the rack for all she knows. Like, she couldn't take 2 seconds to kind of look around and see if anyone was there. I'm just like,
Does she have a question?
yeah.
Was it a good question?
You got any PS5s? Nope.
Wow.
Sorry.
People are still stuck on that one box we have in the window.
Every day. 5 to 10.
Wait till I add one of the Xbox One's Series X's out there.
Made sure to put a display box sign
We
on the
need a
table.
fifth
Right
one.
on it.
We have 4 that fit in there perfectly. We need a 5th one to put out next to the PS5 box.
Nah.
Why not?
The people get angry when they come in and they see the box and then we don't have it.
Well, you got to figure out how to handle those situations.
I
It's not
handle
like
it
a
just
weird
fine.
Situation. It's just, it's 10 times a day people ask. Nope, we don't.
I
So
mean, they're gonna probably ask anyway because we're a video game store.
So back to I think where we started this whole conversation. So we sold 120 games out of the buy one get one free.
I didn't say we sold 120 games. I said we
I said
sold.
$125 sale
Yeah.
of games out of the buy one get one free. So maybe we should make it buy one get one free anymore. Maybe they should be 10% off or something.
I'd be down for that.
Why?
The
You guys
classic
get
Dan,
greedy?
classic Dan move, but I do like that.
It's a
actually.
classic damn move. The fact that those have been sitting in there for a year and no one's touched them. Now all of a sudden we're slapping them on the counter and changing them.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let's slow this down.
Slow it down.
We're still making money off of the trash that was hiding behind the counter.
Really? Wait till all the good stuff is gone and then you'll see the trash in that bin.
Well, I told you to take out the good games from there. And just do a buy one, get one, but not have like the...
And of course, someone went through and found all the good ones, I'm sure. This
That's it.
game,
That's
the
why
good
that's
game
down
is
that
for
hole.
$9.99, when it's really supposed to be $49.99.
That's what let us down this whole conversation. It was the type of guy that ripped open the games and didn't buy them after. So he was in there for like a good hour and then he bought. I didn't see the receipt. Dave said it was worth $129 and a bunch of.
Two of them when I was working, they were like, one was 15 and one was 20. But it was a double.
Yeah.
So they got the 15 one for free?
No, like there was 2 different ones. One was like a $19.99 and they bought like a 15 with it.
Oh, wow.
And there was one that was 2 15s.
There you go.
Make it buy one get one half off.
Or that. I mean, the buy one, get one is an easy. That's just easy.
That's why people are like.
We just gotta make sure we make the
It's
more
the-
expensive one, the one that they're paying for. Really?
Well,
So I get the
that's just-
$19.99 one for free?
That's what the joke that everyone tries to whip out when they see it, but that's just classic retail. You always pay for the more expensive one.
But wait, whoa, wait a minute. What happened to Steve coming out of the back room?
So we all went on a field trip because Dave went on an adventure in there yesterday to find the doors for the thing.
Okay, so to give people an idea, we have a room in the back that used to be the old fitting rooms here at Victoria's Secret. That really is like the only part of the store that we have not done any work in.
It's the stuff for storage that just doesn't look good anywhere where you put
Right,
it.
we
Pretty
have
much.
all our extra cases and racks and shelving, and it's a jungle in there. Okay, so continue.
So we all went in there, saw that Dave actually did a very good job getting the doors out. It looked like no one's ever been in there. So I will have to ask him if he found those or if he actually did get that. That's how neat he got in and out. So we all see that. We walk out. I didn't actually see the incident that occurred, but freaking, I heard a little loud slam. Then Niko had a very nervous face on. Steve hurt
Whereabouts
himself
was it?
bad.
I got caught on the rope coming out with my foot, and yeah,
There you got this little rope that blocks people from coming.
Did you face plant off the floor?
I caught myself before I could just
I
bounce
think
my
it
head.
was knees.
Yeah.
Knees took most of the damage on it.
I know it was that rope been taking some casualties over a while.
I think I saw it.
That rope really may need to go. Because you know what? It's one of those situations where everyone knows to go over the rope, yet they always seem to get caught on it.
I go under the rope, but I said everyone else is probably too tall for that. So.
We could just roll one of the chairs to cover the entrance.
See, and there's a prime camera. I'm looking at it. There's a prime camera that hits that too.
There.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
The bottom left. It's like a direct straight shot.
There could be a couple angles on it.
That
but,
may have to get clipped.
yeah. Well, I need to see it because I didn't get to see it the first time. Like I said, it looked like it hurt pretty bad because Niko was scared looking. And then Steve was just like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Did you hurt yourself?
I'm fine. Just bounced off my knees and hands.
It is a really hard floor
It's a
out there.
very hard floor.
It's not very forgiving at all.
My spry young bones.
If Dan took a fall like that, he'd probably be out for weeks. It was osteoporosis.
I don't think so. My double knees hit the the worst hardwood out there doing the VR.
He was
and I survived
relatively
that one.
unfazed from that.
That is true.
I thought he was gonna have 2 big welts, but
Have you done the VR, Steve? The tower one? You gotta do the tower one. By the way, you look completely different with no beard.
I guess we should
Completely
address
different
that.
with no beard. By the way, this is still Steve. In
Yep,
case you didn't
I'm,
recognize him with no beard.
Yeah, I got tired of having a beard and didn't want to just trim it, so it's all gone.
Now you're gonna maintain not having a beard. Or you're gonna let it grow back again.
Let it grow back
Oh.
until I can't take it anymore and shave it again.
suppose
I
that's
suppose
the
that's a
normal
valid
path.
method.
Well, it was a pretty respectable beard going though. I did look at it. I was like, I wonder how long he's gonna grow that.
Are you growing it out, Dan, for November?
No, why are you?
Yeah.
No shave
Nah,
November.
I'm not.
I'm debating between beard or just mustache. I can
Nico
grow
with a
mean
mustache would be pretty great.
I grow a mean mustache.
Look like Waluigi.
Why would you want a mustache? That's just like
Dan used to have a goatee. Me and Dave were talking about that the
I
other
remember
day.
what how are you two talking
We
about
were
my
just talking
goatee
about
from-
facial hair, and Dave said he wants to be able to grow some. And I was just like, well, Dan used to have the goatee. We're like, it has been a while since Dan has
You gotta bring it
experimented.
back.
No.
You could get a cool mustache.
I went with the what would you call the beard?
The goatee?
No. I had
Oh, yeah, you did have the full beard. For
I
a
had the
minute.
full no, for like 2 years I had a full beard, like not like trimmed beard, like not like kind of like what do they call that?
Stubble.
Stubble. And a little bit longer than so for like a full 2 years. Like I was never clean shaven. Now I'm not right at the second, but now I'm always pretty much clean shaven.
Dan has the power to whip out a pretty respectable goatee and mustache, but
And beard.
he keeps it sheathed for some reason.
I could probably pull out a nasty beard if I really wanted to.
We should make that the 1,500 follower special.
No.
You should do something for the Danny NASCAR guys to
Yeah.
grow a mustache.
Do what? Have a mustache? What would that do?
Jeff Gordon had a mustache.
Yeah.
Nope. No.
They are pretty sweet.
It would
White
take me literally a
mustache, too.
week to grow a mustache.
And
Not even.
So that's not even that big of an investment then.
No.
That's extra sweet.
No.
Like a Fu Manchu, you could get going. Like you could be a
Fu Manchu, Nico.
I think didn't your dad
Yeah.
rocking pretty? He would look probably like TJ in the old pictures. Tom used to have this classic one he showed around of TJ
I
with a
just-
big ass
I
mustache.
would have to have a mullet as well, and then be ready to go. Didn't Jeff Gordon have a mullet?
So
Oh, man.
it's decided that we expect some sort of facial hair in the month of
Nope.
November.
Nope.
It's just a time old tradition.
Nope.
No shave November?
Yes, Dan.
I'm not doing that. Is it November though? I thought it was October.
Not quite yet. No. The month of no shaving is November.
So you're gonna shave right on November 1st or October 31st?
I might get a clean slate. I would never shave all the way.
I still do have the picture.
Of what?
That is the one.
That one for a while.
Young TJ.
Whoa.
I want one of those stashes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
No shave November.
He kind of looks like Tom in there with a stash.
bit.
They could
This
be
is
a
what,
spitting image of each other.
That's what Dan needs to rock.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
What?
The picture I sent.
That should be your Halloween stream costume. Even,
Jeff
Yeah.
Gordon.
even if you just put a fake mustache on for it,
I'd
you
have to
should
get
do
the full
that.
jumpsuit though.
You should do that cowboy outfit, the young gun.
I don't know.
Just even if you let your beard grow for November, then you can at least have the mustache for like a day after you shave the beard and just keep the mustache.
I don't know if I can do that. I am slightly enticed to try the no shave November, but I don't know if I can.
I mean, it's a good excuse.
You could always quit
What do you mean?
if you could say you're doing it and then be like, well, I got tired of it, and then shave it.
My beard grows pretty big, but it just itches me and it bothers me.
It drives me crazy.
For like after like 5 or 6 days, I have to shave.
So what you're saying is you won't be able to do it.
No, I'm gonna do it, but I'm saying at a normal time I would.
Oh.
But that's why I might go mustache. I'll let the beard grow for like a week, then I'll shave it to just a stash and keep it going from there. I did it during COVID for like 2 months.
Is there any picture evidence of that?
Probably not deep. I can check. I know at least at one part we all.
It's
had
gonna
mustache.
slow your aerodynamics in pickleball.
Now I'm extremely curious.
That is true.
It could be a good distraction though. You'd be too busy looking at the stats.
Just got to get some like pomade and just shine it into your beard so when the light hits it.
Balls down here, pal. Balls down here.
It's true. Speaking of Niko, because Niko seems to be the topic of discussion lately on Behind the Counter. I walked into the store, and what was being played on the TV out front? Demon Slayer.
Yeah, this was our topic last.
It was, but okay. Talking about it is one thing.
You
and
did take it to
discussing
the next step.
You took it to the next step by putting it physically on the sales floor, on the big screen TV in the middle of the store.
Yeah.
And you turned it.
That was my.
You okay over here? In the middle of the store.
I had the evil grin on when you came.
And even Mike was slightly enticed. He was watching it as well.
I'm a fan of all works of art, pop culture and otherwise. Any questions?
Not really. I was just appalled by what I can't believe that was being played in the store.
He did go and find it pretty quickly. Doesn't look like that bad of a show. Little
Trash, like I discussed before.
definitely top tier weeb action going on, but
Speaking of that type of stuff, we're out on the floor, and I was doing the morning shift with Niko earlier, and he was talking about he was telling me about this one pop, the 100, based off a TV show. I remember when these came in, I have no idea what they were.
they are very
what
valuable.
Are these? And they're
There was
all
just
like
one that-
$150 a pop.
Skyrocketed, went up like $60. Since
Yeah,
the
they
last
were
time
just a
we
crazy amount, like for a show that I've never even heard of. Well, long and behold, Nico's watched it and is a big fan of it. I was like,
I'm
shocker.
not like a huge fan.
Well, no, I'm
Just
sure you
saying
know
I've
everything
seen
about
it.
it.
I've told you I know everything about
You
it.
say the keeper of facts, the professor.
And he was like, oh, yeah, I watched this show. And, of course, that led to a conversation of what type of show it was and that it's a trash show. And I said that, I go, well, it probably only has 10 episodes. And Niko, of course, came out to prove that it had 7 seasons. How many episodes?
100.
Exactly 100.
Wait, over 7 seasons? Oh, okay. So that is one of those type of shows then.
7 times 10 is only 70.
Wait, what?
7 times 10 is
It's
only
literally
70.
Like 13 a season, which is what you said was like
Nope.
the sweet spot.
No, that would be...
Dan is rethinking his
14
words now.
It's less than 14.
Okay, so 13.
Oh.
Okay, so maybe it's an
You
average...
can't really get much more than that. Otherwise,
mean?
it gets watered down. Like shows that are like 20 episodes a season, get the fuck
Yeah,
out of here.
unless it-
That's a real show.
That's like
Real
some.
real shows that are on like ABC, NBC, and see
Those
those.
are real.
Those
Those are fake
no.
shows.
They're considered real
No,
primetime
those
shows,
shows are
and
like
those are
HBO
22 episodes.
shows.
Okay, that's because they go by different rules.
Okay.
Okay, when you're on NBC, ABC, you can't do nudity, you can't do swearing. It's a whole different can of worms.
You can go all the way up to bitch, and that's it.
Right, and those are. How do you know TV rules?
I was
He
in
knows all things.
broadcasting.
True. They go up to 22
You're told.
episodes. I'm the goddamn editor here, Dan. That's how I know.
I slept through 2 classes on this type of subject.
Not bad.
Yeah. I know
22
the-
episodes.
I know the written rules, the AP style book.
Okay, in my opinion, the first series that come along and really started opening up the streaming shows was House of Cards. And they set the bar with 13 episodes. Sopranos, 13 episodes. Everyone was very like 13 episodes was like the main for alternative TV. Now it's just a goddamn free-for-all. People are just doing 3-episode seasons and 4. I'm just appalled. Ozark is only doing 7 for part 1, then you come back the following year for part 2, and that's another 7. Like,
Because people learn that sometimes when you condense stuff, it makes it better quality.
Stranger Things, really? We all waited 4 years for it, and it came out with 8 episodes? Really? I'd
Everyone's
rather
afraid
not
of-
watch it than watch 8 episodes.
I think everyone's afraid of becoming the show that runs too long, and they're
No.
like, let's kill it because it's been going too long.
Going too long in regards to a season, or going too
Just
long?
the show, like in general, like Walking Dead, for example.
Well,
that
show's gotta go.
That show should have been dead like 5 seasons ago, probably.
You know
But-
what else has 13 episodes regularly? A lot of anime.
Regardless, 13 episodes is, I mean, I get it. In my opinion, there's 23 for primetime shows and major networks, and then there's 13 for alternatives. When you start getting into like 10, you start getting into 8, 7,
I don't
and
mind
6,
like-
it's
For
ridiculous.
like Game of Thrones, there was some that were 10, but they're like hour and a half episodes. So it's like
Didn't Game of Thrones come out after like 5 years? It was only like 7 episodes, 8.
I think there was one. The last season might have been 7, but they were like long. There was like one episode that was like 2
7.
hours.
That's because they ran out of source material and they wanted to end it.
They
like
had
said.
5 years
For what? The ending?
for Game of Thrones.
It wasn't between seasons.
They had a year for
What?
each season that they
It was
made.
like a year
They pretty much had to pump it out year by year.
No.
Yeah.
The last season of Game of Thrones, there was like a 3-year
It
gap.
wasn't that long. It was 2 years at
Steve,
most.
Pull me up the seasons of Game of Thrones. I want the years.
It was
Each
2
season.
at most.
What?
2 at most.
Nope. I would say 3. It was a long time.
You said
That is
5.
outrageous. No, he's going down.
Now you're down to 3.
no, I guess it
I'm
was
just
2.
looking for the episodes.
Oh, I guess no.
All right. 2017 and 2019.
What's 2019 minus 2017, Dan?
Less than 2 years, actually, if you do the math of.
It ended in August 2017.
Interesting.
And the next season first aired April 2009. So, okay, 2 years.
A year and a half.
Not a year and a half. 2 years.
It's like a year and 8 months.
Not really.
What do you mean not really? Get at it, right?
Nonetheless, it's 2 years. Ridiculous.
That's not that bad.
And how many episodes?
Didn't say that
Hit
much.
season 8.
6.
Nico.
6
Wow, this-
episodes.
Is that Adam? I can hear it, right?
Adam who?
For those that couldn't hear,
He
he's
coming on
making-
this show and embarrassing me?
You could have had him on, but I
Outrageous.
think he's on the move.
Yeah, he's walking on.
Nah, it's alright. If you needed something, I think you would.
Adam, who's in our fantasy league, I don't think he's ever made a public appearance at any of the network shows. But he's
That
in
is
our
true.
fantasy league. But
Episodes. I don't know what you're
And he
doing.
made fun of Dan's forehead right there, by the way.
6 episodes, even worse than the 7 or 8 that we were talking about.
Those are
6.
long episodes.
6 episodes.
That is an
Nico.
anomaly because they all just wanted to quit.
Again, why? You
I
have
don't-
a great show like Game of Thrones. Why would you want to quit?
The directors all wanted to go watch or make other movies. They all had their contracts lined up, and then they all got those contracts
Became, like,
canceled after
superstar
that.
actors and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, they could make a crap load of money.
And they all got everything canceled because they were so bad at the way they did the last season.
There's a
They can
couple
say what they want.
survivors.
They can say what they want. They got fired from their Disney contracts because it was
Oh, yeah,
a
those
bad
two, yeah.
season.
Those two, they're pretty much done.
People despise them.
Was it D&D?
Yeah.
I can't remember their full names. David Benioff and
DBs.
DBYs or something. Yeah. Fuck those guys. Well, I mean,
It's okay. Dan has his own rules of what shows are good and what aren't.
No, I don't have rules, Nico. I have the standards, and they're not rules. They're standards for TV shows. When it's a 20. Okay, you tell me it's a free for all around here these days with TV shows. I'm appalled when I wait a year for. First off, let's be honest. Most of the good shows that we like now are on alternative networks, like whether it's a Hulu original or a Netflix or whatever the case may be, Amazon. So when these shows are gone for a year and they come out with 6 episodes, are you not appalled? Because you know you're gonna watch all 6 episodes
I feel
and.
like it's also like a lot of shows now on these alternative networks are getting like huge actors to do them and stuff, and the budgets are so high that like the actors don't have time to do like that many. Like you can't sit there and do like 20 episodes.
You know what? Actually, what show I didn't put on my top 5 that I really, really like that may be in the top 5 is Bodyguard on Netflix. You ever seen that show? The guy from Game of Thrones, Rob Stark, is in it.
Oh, I've heard
Richard
about it.
Madden.
Yeah, I'm a big Rob Stark guy.
Great show, Bodyguard. It's a BBC original, so it's like in Britain or London or whatever. And it was like 5 episodes. And he actually got an Emmy or Golden Globe from it, Best Actor in a TV series. And do you think they come out with another season? Nope. I don't know why. What's
is
the
the
point
story
of it?
complete?
It's a bit of a-
No, they could do a lot more with it.
We're in a bit of like a content overload too, though. Like there's so many people putting out shows, and there's Twitch and YouTube, and
What's your point? People just stop making shows?
No, I'm just saying, like, I feel like everyone just gets distracted with, like, that's what's good about, like, watching the shows. It doesn't matter if it's going to take a year because I watch, like, 8 other shows that'll come on before then, you know?
Not really.
I think people are starved for content, actually.
Oh,
I
everyone's
agree.
always looking for more and more, but I'm saying there's a ton. At least for me, like, it distracts me. Like, probably each month there's a show that I watch that there's, like, something that's coming out, you know? Especially what Marvel did over, like, the summer. Like, whenever one of their shows ended, the other one would start, like, the next week at the same time slot.
They are being pretty good about it.
Yeah.
10. All right, hang on. September 21st, 2021. Bodyguard confirms a second season with Richard Madden to return.
So apologize to the bodyguard.
No, after a 3-year hiatus. I mean, come on, 3 years? Give me a break.
Far more absurd than what Game of Thrones pulled.
I agree. Completely absurd. Netflix owns it now, though. But I mean, these TV shows and all their little rules and all their little games that they play, it's ridiculous. Stranger Things, how long has it been since that season come out? That's got to be almost 2 years now.
I have never watched it.
That one is.
You've never... Hold offenses.
For the professor,
I
that's
said
very
that last time.
interesting.
You've never watched Stranger Things? Have you watched it, Steve?
You probably would like it.
Oh, my God.
I know. I think I would like it, too. I just haven't watched it yet.
Have you only watched like half of it?
I watch all of that.
I like Finn Wolfhard. He seems pretty cool.
That's the main.
I know who he is.
Well, he seems perplexed.
Not really. He's in. He's also in. Yeah. Playing a role almost identical to the one he did in Stranger Things. Definitely a copycat.
Didn't it come out first, though?
No, Stranger Things.
The old one did.
Niko, you gotta go watch. For a guy who comes in here talking about TV shows and watches Dragon Slayer anime out there, you gotta watch it.
Dragon Slayer.
Considering that it's Halloween week, we maybe will play Stranger Things in the store all week long.
That's not going to help me. I need to watch it.
What do you mean?
I mean, I could just... When people come
You'll get
in,
enticed. You'll get enticed. You'll go, this is actually
I
pretty
do
good.
love the theme song. I can't picture it right now,
I'd
but
watch it in the, I've just been
Do
watching...
do 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 do.
I've been ripping... I've watched like 6 movies in the past like 3 shifts I've worked.
good
That's
movies.
my new thing, movies. No, it's just the ones that-
Jumanji comedies.
Yeah, we watched Jumanji.
Is that a topic we need to go into?
No,
We watched...
I'd rather-
Wonder Woman, We watched...
Dan loves Jumanji,
Civil War.
not
It's a
really.
good movie.
and he denies himself the pleasure of Jumanji.
He was, like, laughing, like,
The first
I was
one or
not
the
laughing
sequel?
hard, Nico.
I think the Kevin Hart and The Rock one.
Aw. So
That's how Dan wants to act, but Nico made him watch it, and I guess there was a lot of laughs between the
There
two.
was no laugh.
watching Jumanji.
No.
There was a part where, I know what the part was when, because Jack Black is like supposed to be like a girl, like she's playing like the character of Jack Black in the game. You know what part I'm talking about?
Yep. Or I don't know the part, but
Guy, brother
Yeah.
comes in, yeah.
Yeah, Dan was laughing hard for that.
No, I mean, it was slightly funny. I wouldn't. I don't really like watching comedies though. I can't stand comedies. You can't stand comedies. You hate cartoons.
he keeps his pleasure time very serious.
I just don't.
You like what you like, that's fine.
I like dramas. I like action. I don't want to sit down and watch a comedy. To me, it's not taken. It's not serious.
The One Tree Hill guy.
So you don't like Seinfeld?
What?
So you don't like
That's
Seinfeld?
different.
Oh.
I'm not gonna. I don't like
Whoa,
watching
okay.
comedy movies.
Well,
I love watching comedy shows. I love my favorite comedies are Modern Family, Seinfeld, Roseanne, Home Improvement, Full House, and Cheesy.
That's like the Full House is the edge of cheesy too. It's the gatekeeper to the void. That's how cheesy it is.
Yeah, it's definitely cheesy, but Home Improvement is good. Roseanne's a classic. Seinfeld my second, and Modern Family is my number 1. Friends is probably up there.
so you do like comedies.
Those are my top 5 in comedies. None of them would make my. Oh no, Modern Family would make my top 10. In my overall shows, Modern Family's up there. Great show, absolutely fantastic show. You never watched Modern Family?
No, I like one.
Oh, okay.
So I think we went into Modern Family.
Cam,
before.
but you can't. You talked about Phil before. You cannot pick a character and say, what character is better than any other one?
Phil.
I mean, Phil's great. I mean, Claire is not really funny sometimes.
No. But she plays a role how she has to.
Yeah, but Gloria's not really funny either.
No, but it like hijinks a occur like when she's around.
True. True. Phil's hilarious. Cam and Mitch are hilarious.
Manny gets into some shit.
Oh, the kids are great.
Luke.
But I mean, what's the main guy's name? Why can't I think of it? Jay. Yeah, Jay Pritchett. That's right. I always think of Ed O'Neill first. I'm like, it's not Ed. Well, that's the actor's name.
Okay.
But all right, we got anything else to go over? Besides besides Niko copying the Dan jingles, he was making fun of the Dan jingles. Exactly, that's a Dan jingle.
No, you're just like boop a doop bop.
Okay,
pretty accurate.
Do I not go around and do?
I was just like, I hear the songs that are playing them all, and I like hum them as I'm like walking.
Like, I do the same thing. It's called a Dan jingle.
No, you don't hum.
Any noise that comes out of your mouth in reference to a song or beat, that is a jingle.
I did hear what I thought to be a Niko jingle when he was going in the back.
He was walking through the studio humming a little beat. It was a Niko jingle.
Pretty sure I heard Niko go bop beep dee deep bop when he was going into the
No, you just were humming. That's your version of the Dan jingle. It's a Niko jingle. You're making fun of me about it last week when you're doing the very same thing.
I didn't know it was a thing that everyone knew was Dan jingles.
Dan just does wild noises from his mouth sometimes.
Well, not wild noises. they're just jingles. I always do the beat to Sunday Night Football. Yeah. And I always get one person to do it with me after. It always gets in someone's head. Tom's a classic. I'll do it. And like a minute later, he'll be doing it too. It always happens. It's a classic Dan jingle.
I was kind of tempted to do it there, but now I'm not.
Niko's just still appalled by the fact that I had the music on full blast on Saturday. He still can't get over that.
I was standing there with my ears like.
I literally put the surround sound on full blast for Coldplay.
Looking in at us.
They were. Everyone's like,
dancing in the middle.
And I was doing a Dan jingle while I was playing.
No, you were dancing.
That too. A little bit of both. But all right, we got anything to go over? 6 o'clock.
Breaking news: Jets trade for Joe Flacco.
Did they really?
Yep.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
He was He was already on their team.
Joe Flacco's back in the NFL again.
So Zach Wilson must be really hurt.
Then. 2 to 4 weeks.
So their option is Joe Flacco.
It's probably better than Zach Wilson.
At this point, for like just not throw 4 interceptions, sure.
Yikes.
The Flack man.
These NFL teams need to get away from people like Joe Flacco and Andy Dalton. Those guys are boring. Time to move on.
It's not about your entertainment level, Dan. It's about if you can get points on the board.
Time to move on. Matt Stafford is right in there too, but he's doing okay.
Niko's appalled.
What are you appalled about? We don't like.
I have nothing to say.
You think Andy Dalton's a good quarterback?
No.
You think Joe Flacco's a good quarterback?
I think he's fine.
You think he's fine? He's been in like.
The Jets aren't trying to win. They're just trying to not be the worst team in the league and be embarrassed.
Hard to be not embarrassed when you're in the Jets.
I mean,
and it just adds to it.
They need a veteran quarterback to maybe teach Zach Wilson to not throw it into triple coverage.
Yeah, because Joe Flacco's a good veteran to learn from.
Won a Super Bowl.
They spent a first-round pick.
One could argue that there's the rest of the team that did it, not him.
They traded a conditional 5th-round pick for him. They needed someone.
So the Jets signed a guy with a first-round pick that needs help from Joe Flacco to not throw interceptions.
Wow, look at that. Mike's sliding in to team up with Dan.
For 3 weeks. 4 weeks.
I wasn't expecting that one, but I'll take it.
I'd rather take a veteran to at least be smart in like the locker room than have Mike White start. He's been in the league for 3 years and he's never played a game until yesterday.
That was a pretty absurd backup move they were pulling there.
Yeah. They have Josh Johnson on practice squad. Maybe he's up. He runs. I'm
in a nail biter for tonight, so we'll see how fantasy goes.
Dan's up by like 40 points.
I'm up by 28, 27.
With a player left.
With a player left. It's a classic Dan Screwjob situation.
Maybe put Penny in there.
No, we got to think about that. Penny will probably get more points than Collins. If I switch them, they'll be the other way around. It's a no-win situation no matter how you look at it. It's a
So
no-win situation.
You're not gonna win, is what you're saying?
It's just I'll get screwed one way or another. All right, that's it for Behind the Counter this week. Danny NASCAR is up next, 8 o'clock here at Instant Game TV, followed by Monday Night Gaming with your boy Yo Soy, AC Weezy. We'll be back at it next Monday right here, 5 o'clock, Behind the Counter. Mike, Niko, Steve, myself. Adios. Till next time.